I'm Ian from Leather and Steelcraft. I wanted to make a few videos to take you through the making of custom knives and sheaths to go with them as well. This was the first knife I ever made. It's wooden handled, it's 01 tool steel, it's got brass pins holding the handle on. This is the first sheath I ever made to go with this knife. It's not very well made. It's leather. It's stitched okay. I mean, it's good for what it is. It will hold the knife. It'll keep it secure, keep the blade safe, and stop it from cutting you. But that's about where it ends. This is kind of where I want to be going. Something a little bit nicer. It's been formed to the shape of the handle. It's got double loop stitching on the outside, rivets, a belt loop, which actually it's a much nicer sheath than the original one. So I want to make a series of videos, initially taking you through how to make a custom knife from your basic materials, which are your stock, your 01 tool steel stock. 01 tool steel is the best steel for if you want to have a go at making a knife at home in your own workshop. It's easy to work. Once treated, it keeps a very good edge. It gets very sharp. So you've got the 01 tool steel, and you've also got sort of knife scales, which they're called, which are used to make the handle. They can be bought in pairs, such as this. So it's taken the raw materials and turned it into a finished product. That's what my initial video series will be to do with. It's going to go through how I do things. I won't profess to be an expert in any area at all, so you're welcome to, if you see me doing something which you think is wrong, constructive criticism is always welcomed. But I wanted to go through, let you guys know what I've tried to do, how I do things now, and sort of what I've learnt along the way, really. So you'll hopefully, if you wanted to have a go, you'll be able to do it quicker than I did initially. Get you up and running a little bit faster, so you can actually start producing something. I'll show you quickly a couple of the other knives that I've made. This was the very first one I made, and I made another one very similar to that. Then I watched a movie, which was a very old medieval style, which made me think, oh, let's make something a little bit old style, kind of medievally. This is a back sheath, so it goes across the back of your belt. You've got a long belt loop there to hold it in place. It's tooled. You've got tooling on the outside of the leather. I don't know if you can see, it's not very well tooled. It was again my first stab at doing that, pardon the pun. Again, it's a 2mm tool steel. It's got leather wrapped handle, two different types of wood. That was just sort of playing around after watching a movie. Really, that's where that came from. So if I pop that one away, again, another thing is it's got this here behind the blade to stop your fingers sliding down the blade. All my knives I try to have some kind of finger guard here. I mean, it's not a guard as such, but it's a shaping to prevent as much as possible you sliding your fingers down the blade, because you wouldn't really want to be doing that. Okay, let's pop that one away, this one away. Then I went on to do another reasonably decorative piece. If you can see, that's tooled as well, but it's nicer. It's much nicer than the other sheath. It's riveted around the outside. It's stitched down the back, and rivets all the way along the back. Got a belt loop here. The shape of the knife is more of a like a Gurkha knife, like the kukri blade. I don't know if that's how it's pronounced, kukri. So the blade sits down like that. It's one of my favourite knives just because of the aesthetics of it, I guess. It looks quite nice, and the sheath came out quite nice. It's sort of my first decent sheath that I'd made. Again, it's slightly different from this. This is an inertia sheath, so it won't come out anyway, because it's actually, the sheath is moulded to the shape of the handle to hold it in place. This one, however, it's only got pinches the end of the blade in, the end of the top of the handle in, and then this comes across to hold it securely in place, so it's not going to fall out anyway. It comes out nice and easily though, because where the sheath is cut down here, it doesn't run all the way up to the top. The blade comes out nice and easily. Okay, so that was another type. Then this is a hunting knife I made, which is my first attempt at doing serrations. So these are the serrations along the back, which as a first attempt I think they came out quite well, other than they don't cut so well because they go into a point directly in the middle, and I think they need to be offset. Every other tooth needs to be offset one side or the other. But I'm going to go through making different types of blades. That's if I get any interest. And the processes I use to do the little touches, like making serrations, obviously, and also things like the nice stitching that I've got on this. The leather making is another part of the channel will be dedicated to leather making solely, but obviously I'm going to be doing leather making as far as making sheaths for the knives after I've made the knife. So what I'll do, I'll go, here's the knife, these are the steps used to create, the steps I take to create the knife. Once it's created, then I'll take you through the steps to make the sheath, or a few different types of sheaths perhaps. So that's just to give you a quick rundown of what you're going to find on this channel, and if you fancy subscribing, great, and every time I'll be uploading new videos reasonably frequently, hopefully, and I'll take you through each step. Small videos, they're not going to be massive long videos to follow, they'll be short videos just for each step of the process, so it will hopefully be quite easy to find information on any specific area of the videos. Okay, well, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.